It's 6 tonight, not 6:30, right? 6 here? TNT.
6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock, and I have the recording going, and you do the
Nitty? Okay, good morning, everyone. We're 8:45, and at this time, we're gonna open up the floor to public comment. And today, we do have one individual by the name of Greg. If you'd like to come up and address the board, that'd be great.
She was going to do the introduction.
Greg, this is 1 second. I think we're gonna do introductions first, I'm sorry. They probably got valuable time and work, and yours is valuable too, of course, but come on up and please, and I'm not sure who's doing introductions, but
So these are our newest staff in the financial support services unit. So I'll let them introduce themselves.
Good morning, my name is Dominic, and I work at the front desk as an admin assistant.
Good morning, my name is Idalia Montañez, and I work as a liquidity worker.
Good morning, I'm Nicholas DeCase, and I work as an eligibility worker.
all right, wow, that's great. Thank you for joining our team. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, welcome.
That's it, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Greg, you're up. I believe Greg wants to talk to us about law enforcement.
Yes,
Yes, okay. That's what the topic says here.
just a couple minutes.
Yeah.
The floor is yours.
My name is Greg Hansen, Little Sauk Township. And I just wanted to talk a few comments. First of all, I'm full pro cop. Second of all, maybe there's some things you don't really realize, like retirement. There's officers in retirement from back when I was, that still have to look at the doors, the windows, and everything else. And the reason for that is, like my friend Jim Adams, where he encountered from down in southern states, this person came up into Minnesota, and he got into a violent thing. He spoiled the burglary attempt. And this person's so dangerous, they extradited him down to Texas, and Jim had to go down there and testify about him. And he swore that he would take care of the situation. This person did. Very dangerous. So now we have a retirement, okay? How would you like to have that, your retirement under that, where you're looking and knowing someday they'll get you because they're so violent, or try to? So it's something just to think about, that even after you get out of a cop shop, there's still other situations that can happen. And also, you take like Josh Owens out of Polk County, gave his life. Young cop, family, everything else. And they named him, you know, in Glenwood, they named the bridge after him. There's a plaque there and everything. So what has his family got left? A plaque. Then there's other ones too, like we have bullets that you remember where they're flying through your head from a long time ago. So all I can say is you've got the best sheriff I've ever seen, almost. He is so dedicated, and the rest of that department. I know you have budgets, you have this, you have that, and everything else. But why can't this county be known as be the top of the top as far as how they pride their officers. If you ever know, there's a saying through the door, where you have to go through that door and you only got a couple seconds and you don't know what the outcome is. How many people would think about doing that? Well, these cops, they have to do that, maybe. So that's all I can say. Just try to think about, some of them they're always a cop. And it's a bad situation, and things are getting worse too. You get some of these people out of them southern states, they're very, very dangerous killers. And this happened to have some of them come up into Minnesota, and you get in the wrong, you got a problem. So that's all I gotta say, and just try to make the cop's life a little bit easier. And remember, they're always a cop even after they retire. And thank you very much. That's all. I just shut the button off here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Greg.
Have a wonderful day and week. Good morning, everyone. Today's Tuesday, December 2nd. It's 9 a.m. and we were going to start our Board of Commissioners regular board meeting agenda. Present today are all commissioners as well as our county coordinator and auditor treasurer. At this time, if you're able, please stand and join us with Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if you're in the crowd, yep, let's make sure our cell phones are silenced. Yep, I'm good. And our third agenda item is, are there any amendments to this agenda that we have before us?
No, Mr. Chair, I have none.
All right, hearing no amendments, we'll go as is. I need a vote to move that forward.
I'll make a motion to move the agenda forward.
Thank you for that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And we've seconded it. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. We'll move on to agenda item number 4, which is our consent items.
Today, we have the meeting minute approval for November 18th, 2025, a resignation of administrative assistant bilingual, and we have a hire of Susan Tennis, full-time administrative assistant, a gambling permit for NWTF Stratton Blackbirds event to be held February 7th, 2026, a gambling permit for Staples Sportsman's Club event to be happening on March 14th of 2026.
Thank you. Need a motion to approve our consent items?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Denny. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And Commissioner Nosk gets a second. Any discussion? Okay, we hear no discussion. Take a voice vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next up on our agenda today is our county auditor treasurer with our warrants.
First item I have is to approve the commissioner warrants. Background was sent for your review. And the recommendation is to approve the commissioner warrants with an ACH and a manual payment totaling the amount of $126,665.69.
Okay, first up, the commissioner warrants, 5.1, and the amount shown on our board action form. We need a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Commissioner Nosk. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Becker. Any discussion? Okay, here no discussion. We need a roll call vote.
Commissioner Noska?
Yes.
Commissioner Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Denny?
Yes.
Commissioner Newman?
Yes.
Commissioner Byers?
Yes.
The next item I have then for you today is the Health and Human Service Commissioner warrants. Background was sent for review. Recommendation is to approve the Health and Human Service Commissioner warrants with an ACH and a manual payment totaling the amount of $18,285.92.
Okay, next up, Health and Human Services Commissioner warrants, and we'll need a motion to approve that.
So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Newman. Is there a second?
Second.
And Commissioner Nosk on the second. Any discussion? I'm hearing no discussion. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Newman?
Yes.
Commissioner Noska?
Yes.
Commissioner Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Denny?
Yes.
Yes.
Commissioner Byers?
Yes.
The next item would be the Health and Human Service SSIS warrants. Background again was sent for review. Recommendation is to approve the Health and Human Service SSIS warrants with an ACH and a manual payment totaling in the amount of $75,763.56.
Okay, last up is 5.3 Health and Human Services SIS warrants in the amount of $75,763.56. Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Thank you, Commissioner Denny. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And Commissioner Becker gets a second. Any discussion? I hear no discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
Commissioner Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Newman?
Yes.
Commissioner Noska?
Yes.
And Commissioner Byers?
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Our next agenda item today is, we'll have Nancy from Ditch and Ag come up, and we have a hold harmless agreement application.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I got one agenda item today. It's a hold harmless agreement application for ditch maintenance on County Ditch 33. Background, I've resolution, the hold harmless agreement application, an aerial photo, and project pictures. Options are approve the hold harmless agreement or do not approve the hold harmless agreement. Recommendation is the Todd County Board of Commissioners approves the following by motion. Acting as ditch authority approves a hold harmless agreement application from Corey Larson to maintain approximately 1,876 feet of the main ditch on County Ditch 33 on parcels 20-003300 and 20-0032900, located in Reynolds Township, Section 29. This project will be done at Corey's own expense.
Okay. Anything else you want to,
Yep, there
any
is.
aerials or
You want me
pictures?
to, yep, do you want me to take care of that right now? If you can bring up that aerial photo.
Sure, go ahead, please.
So, Mr. Chair, this hold harmless agreement, he did the same exact project back in 2012. And at that time, the unnamed water body, the DNR said could not be drained. So if you scroll up to the next aerial photos that I have. So this is what, you can see where what he cleaned in 2012. He will not be allowed to do that again. He'll not be allowed the same as last time to clean the inlet or the outlet. So that will also be worded in his resolution, the same as last resolution, that he cannot drain it, and if he does, and it becomes a DNR violation, he's required to fix it, and if he doesn't repair it, then we will assess just his property for repairing it. So it'll be the same wording as his last hold harmless was.
Okay. So the resolution is to accept this application for the hold
This is to
harmless.
approve the hold harmless agreement, yes.
To approve the whole thing, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for the clarification. So we need a motion to do that, please.
So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Newman. Is there a second?
Second.
And Commissioner Denny gets a second. Any discussion?
No.
No? Okay. We had no discussion, I'm hearing. Let's take a vote to approve this. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion has been carried.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for the explanation. I like that. Pictures are great. Moving along, we have item number 7 today on our Public Works. And an amendment request, the cap expenditure, 7.1, to start off with.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, it's our budget request amendment. This is for the capital expenditure of this year. So if we can scroll down to the next, it was the budget request form, the standard budget request form that we're looking at here. So on the left side, we'll be trying to move some money, unused money in our crack filling and road striping in the 2025 budget over to capital expenditures to help cover some of the costs from recent equipment purchases. So we'll be moving $11,000 of crack filling, $7,300 of road striping for a grand total of $18,300 from those accounts over to capital expenditures. This has been reviewed and approved by our Auditor Treasurer's Office. So our options at this time are to approve or not approve the attached budget request form, and a recommendation to move forward is approving the attached budget request form.
Thank you. Agenda item 7.1 is the 2025 budget amendment request, capital expenditure. This would need approval or a motion to approve to move forward.
I'll motion to approve.
Commissioner Noska makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
And Commissioner Denny seconds. I would open up the floor to discussion.
Mr. Chair, I feel that it's not really correct that we're doing this. We're taking money out of crack filling, and knowing the roads within my district, they could have used that $11,000 in crack filling. There's a lot of roads that did not get crack filled in that area. I won't speak for the other districts, but I know side-by-siding, I believe there's other areas that could have been used. Also, road striping, to me, it's a safety, and to move that money out of that description, I'm uncomfortable with. I just as soon see it used within that, and at the time of budgeting, you know, that's the time it should be moved out of those funds.
Thank you. Commissioner Becker, is there any other comments from commissioners, districts. Okay, I'm hearing no other discussion.
Mr. Chair, I got one
Oh, I'm sorry.
question. So with the purchase of the fire truck to blow out the culverts, are we gonna assist the townships within Todd County to blow out their culverts if requested?
We typically have not, due to constraints of time.
Okay. Thought I'd ask that.
Any other questions or discussions on the moving of the, the budget amendment request? Okay, I'm hearing no further discussion. We'll take a vote. And all those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Move the money. Next up, 7.2, resolution of support for LRIP funding for Birchdale Township.
So at this time, this is a very similar request that we've discussed with the city of Clarissa. Do we have a township official here? Great. I'm Lauren, by the way.
Jim Karstens.
I'm
met
sorry,
before,
could you
yes.
tell us your name, please?
Welcome.
What's your name again?
Jim Karstens,
And you're representing Birchdale Township.
Hill Township
Thank you,
Supervisor.
thanks for coming.
So this resolution is a support for local road improvement money, very similar to the one that we've done with Clarissa and our County Road 5. So I guess I can hand it over to Jim, and he can briefly discuss what the township is looking to improve on Alcott Drive. Do we have a map, maybe a engineer's estimate we could bring up?
The map basically shows the project that is Elcott Drive that we're resurfacing completely. The numbers below show the cost of the project. We have also done extensive base work to this road this last fall, summer. Raised our levy the last few years to get ready for this project. So we're looking for support from the Todd County and the commissioners to help us with this grant application or at least support us on this application.
So if we can go back up to the map up there. So this would be as I understand it, a complete reclaim of the failing pavement.
That is correct.
The pavement probably was last paved in 20, 30 years ago.
I think we're 22 or 23 years ago.
So there's obviously great signs of distress everywhere. I drove it the other day, and there's a lot of areas that are just now based, not paved. So
Yeah,
you'd be looking to reclaim all those areas and put a new surface on it.
Correct.
From basically County Road 15 up there on the north side, all the way down to the county line on the south side there. So,
That is correct.
and the max, I believe, is 1.5 million for the grant, and you'd be asking for that 1.2?
We'll be asking for the rest, but we'll be supporting some of it with some of the work we've done already, so.
Okay. Any questions on?
How many miles does that
Yeah.
cover? That looks like a good stretch.
Oh, God, it's,
I would say it's probably close to
4.
2 miles, maybe, give or take.
I'm not on the road committee, so they couldn't make the meeting. I'm not sure the exact number, but.
No, I think it's longer than that.
Yeah, looks like a big
I
project.
think that's correct. It's about 2 miles. And one of the unique, just to chime in, one of the unique aspects of what we're going to be doing with Widseth and the road, and hopefully the state will see this as a possible benefit, we're going to be adding pedestrian sidelines, which is supposed to, in studies, calm traffic. It gives the effect of the road showing it being narrower than it actually is, which is shown to slow traffic. And so we have approximately 15 residents who have signed letters of support, and that our grant application is going to really focus in on that traffic calming aspect and see if that's something that might work throughout the state. And that's what we want to showcase with the state of Minnesota through our grant application.
Great.
And how far south does it run?
Right to the county line. Pretty much.
Okay, into the line.
Yeah.
A big project.
Yeah, it is.
So it's a very nice rural route, obviously. Scattered lake homes along the whole west side,
Yep.
lot after lot after lot. A few homes on the east side with some more rural areas, some fields, some open areas, so it's a good combination of both. Very beautiful area and probably a well-deserved project, so. So with this, typically, if approved through their application process, if they were granted that, we would work with them, obviously, to do all the items listed in the resolution, helping them through the state aid process, kind of being the big brother, help them through that process to make sure that all the Ts are dotted, Is are crossed, and get them through that whole process and deliver a good project, I guess, in 2027, 28?
No, we're looking to do it we're doing it regardless of whether the grant is received or not. The project will be done this coming spring.
So it'll be done 2026 then.
So you got a 2026 project that you thought was 27, 28 potentially. How much coordination? And that's 26 is coming up. I would call spring of 26 like 3 months away or less.
Correct.
You ready? You can be ready if you're kind of helping.
Yes.
That's up to them. I'm not sure where they are in the plan development stage, so there's a lot to do. So
We've hired an engineer and gone through that process, got pretty much everything done through the engineer. We'll have kind of our first meeting, not our first meeting, but another meeting in January with the engineer and stuff. So everything is in place at this time to continue forward. So we looked at this grant application to help us, as you know, we've got that extensive road repair before this, and then we've had with the rain conditions this last summer, we've had some other major road repairs. So even raising our levy, we're a small township, or probably a larger township, but still small, making sure we have enough funds to fund this project. So we're going forward with the engineer and bond requests and different things. So we're in line to get started in the spring.
I'm cool with all that. I just make sure if our county team's involved that they're ready for it too. So, okay,
I've got a comment, Mr. Chair, if I could.
please.
So if you don't end up getting this grant, because there's a chance you wouldn't get it, is that true? Would that change the scope of your project? Would it make it so the project isn't as broad, or maybe you don't do those pedestrian lanes, or?
I don't know if we would continue on with the safety portion of this.
Okay.
We would probably not be able to do that, being that this is gonna help, hopefully this safety issue will help us get that grant, but
Okay,
it adds some significant amount to it.
got it.
Okay, good. Any other questions, discussion? No, okay. They're asking for our support of this resolution, so I need a motion to get the support.
So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Newman. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Commissioner Becker. I will ask for discussion one last time. I don't hear any
Chair,
discussion.
I would just comment that in looking at the proposed levy survey, they were one of the townships that did increase their levy by 22% due to roads, because I had to double check that with them, and I did check with Coordinator Bauer, and she confirmed that the increase in their levy was for roads. So I just wanted to confirm that.
Thank you. That's good. That's really good to know. Okay. I think we can take a vote now. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. You have our support.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for coming. Early bird gets the worm, right? The first one here. Okay, agenda item number 8 is county attorney item, which Jackie is going to talk about.
Yes. Attorney Lindeman is gone today, so I'm going to step in to help for this one. They are looking for board ratification of the renewal agreement between ST1 and MNCCC, approved proposed 2026 MCAP fees, MNCCC letter regarding ratification and an agreement between MNCCC and ST1. The options would be to sign or don't sign the board ratification statement for renewal of professional services. And actually, what I know of this project, so I apologize being that Attorney Lindeman is out today, but what I understand is they are looking to sign an agreement with a program or software called MCAPS, which provides for additional storage for their files. It's a file management software. And they had reached out to me initially because there was an implementation cost of approximately $5,000 in order to onboard the software. So they asked if I could apply for Sourcewell funds for implementation fee of $5,000 because it is a third-party consultant fee. And so I did apply for that because we had money left over after we applied for the Paycom software implementation cost. And they were approved by Sourcewell to receive that $5,000. They then are taking on the monthly cost of it. And I believe I know it is budgeted. I'm not sure if that's what they've got marked on the BAF. But what I understand, it is a file management software. It gives them additional storage, and other counties have MCAPs as well. So they were introduced to it through the relationships with the other county attorney offices. And so they're just looking for your support for the agreement for the program called MCAPS.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Of course, we would need to get a motion to ratify this.
Mr. Chair?
Please.
Just a question for you, Jackie. I seen all the other people had signed this in October already.
What was that, Barb?
I said all of the other, on the signature page, all the other signatures were like in the middle of October.
Oh, okay. When they signed for
Yeah,
it?
so,
June.
huh?
Isn't that June?
Well, May even,
25?
yeah.
Okay. I know we started the process of Sourcewell, at least for the Sourcewell implementation fee. I know it took, for me to get the approval of it, it took at least a month. I could look back in my records as to when they first asked about it. It probably was a few months ago when the county attorney's office approached me and said they'd really like to do this. I believe that they were going to do it regardless of whether they got the Sourcewell grant or not. They were just going to have to then pay the $5,000 themselves. But they reached out and said, is there any chance that this might be covered under the grant? But then Sourcewell had asked more about it. What does it do? They were wanting to know the implementation fee. They wanted to know for sure that that wasn't money that was used toward ongoing paying the fee, that it truly was setting it up for their office. And so I worked with their staff to make sure that MCAPS, that $5,000 was just getting it into their office, getting it set up, getting the files transferred over, that it was all just that beginning amount.
So this is a new program, or is it a program that they are using now?
It's a new program for them. They don't have it, but they want it because it gives them more storage room. And I think they were still going to do it whether they got the grant or not. So that might be why the signatures started early on. Okay. But they were awarded the grant probably, we were notified about 3 to 4 weeks ago by Sourcewell. After Sourcewell did a lot of due diligence to understand what this program was. So, and I talked to our IT office and wanted to understand what exactly it does. And it's just, the basic is that it gives them more room, which frees up room for the county too, for our IT storage. So it's a file management system. It allows them to take their case files and organize it through this software so that each of their attorneys have access and they can pull files through it. And it's a smoother program than what they currently use.
And from what my reading, I did it's for 3 years, is that correct?
The agreement?
Yeah.
I believe so. But the implementation fee, the 5,000, that's a
One
one-time.
time.
Their monthly cost then will continue.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Go ahead.
MCCC is a vendor that we use throughout the county. I use it for my IFS. I know recorders use it for Triman. They are a big corporation that manage a lot of different things. And so this is just signing an agreement that we already have with them. The attorney's office is just acknowledging the agreement and re-signing because they're getting this additional $5,000 package. So the attorney's office already gets charged from MCCC for the other products that they get from, just like I get products through IFS that support our software. So I just wanted to say that we're already part of this MCCC.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That helps. Thank you, Denise, yeah.
Okay. Any further discussion? Are we ready to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve ratification.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Noska. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Denny. And any further discussion? I'm hearing no further discussion. Let's take a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? And motion's carried. Jackie, thanks for stepping up and helping out there. And Denise for her explanation. Good questions, everyone. Agenda item number 9 today is planning and zoning. It will start with the Brown Bear North final plat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First item here is Brown Bear North final plat, an application for subdivision to create a one-lot plat on parcel 2400622200 in Turtle Creek Township. Was submitted on August 11th. Preliminary plat was approved by the Board of Commissioners on September 16th with no conditions. Planning and zoning has completed a review of this proposal and determined that it's ready for final platting. Options are to approve the final plat or deny the final plat. Recommendation is approval of the final plat as presented to formally establish the Brown Bear North.
Is there any mapping or anything else up
Yeah,
there?
if you scroll down, there's a little, it's the resolution. Next one is the actual final plat. It's a big document. So it's just that one lot there. And if you go down just one more, you can see the site location there. It's,
What lake is that?
that is Pine Island Lake.
Pine Island?
One of the two. This is the
Over by
southern
Solon
one.
Shores
Yep.
there?
And right in the southwest corner of
Turtle
that
Creek, okay.
outlined parcel is where this one's going.
Mr. Chair, I got a question.
Yeah. We go ahead.
Does this have access to a public road?
Yeah, it's a little goofy. The original plat along there is dedicated to who knows when. The connection to it is an easement, but this is directly connected to what was dedicated to the public.
It says private road driveway on the bottom of the survey.
I
And-
see
and if
that.
that's a-
I don't believe that that's,
To be legal, it has to have, what, 30 feet of public road right
in
away?
Shoreland, it needs more than that. I don't believe that that's correct. I'd have to double check that. Because this is something that we talked about with the surveyor. That might be labeled as private road because it's not maintained by the township, but it is dedicated to the public. It's one of those scenarios, which I don't have.
It has to be public road right away, and they
Right.
have to have 30 feet of access to that.
Yeah, I don't have the
This
ability
is
to
telling me
confirm
it's a
it.
driveway and
Yes.
private road. Right on the very bottom.
Yeah, I see it there.
Damn it.
I'd have to double check that. I don't believe that that's actually correct. That is an old, like 20-foot something road that was dedicated to the public when
And
the original
it
plat
doesn't
was.
say, it doesn't say if it's a
Right.
cartway, what, 33 feet? Road right away would be 66 feet. I don't see any of that.
And I won't have the ability to check that immediately right now, so if you're not comfortable approving that today, is this something that we can just table and bring back next meeting? Okay.
I would table it, you guys.
Yep.
Is there, what are we looking for a timeline on this one? Is there some time we have to have this?
Well, no timeline issue except for the landowners themselves. If we roll this into 2026, they have to pay their property taxes for next year in full at the beginning of the year. But we have another meeting or two for this year that wouldn't become an issue.
Okay, yep.
We should be able to bring it back to the next
It
meeting.
should get, everything's got to line up,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
I
I understand.
Like the 17th.
We need to table it. Somebody, do you table it, Randy?
Yeah, Randy did.
Okay, Randy's gonna table then.
And then I resubmit this just the same at the next meeting, right? Okay.
Yep.
Adam, you know who the surveyor was on that?
Yes, Jared Fessler out of Little Falls.
Okay, all right.
Okay, we good to go?
Yep.
9-2 now?
Okay.
9-2.
Next, Sauk River fiscal year 2024 watershed-based implementation funding work plan amendment. Sauk River Comprehensive Watershed Management Plan Policy Committee has voted to amend the fiscal year 24 WBIF work plan to reassign funding to new projects. Local partners must approve these changes by resolution. The attached resolution and supporting documentation outlines the proposed changes. So the options are to motion to adopt the resolution to amend the fiscal year 24 work plan or a motion to deny. Recommendation is to adopt the resolution to amend the fiscal year 24 Sauk River WBIF work plan. So this is just a grant that's getting towards the end of its lifespan here, where we got to move money around to spend it. So there was projects that can move forward quicker that could use the money. So that's the whole basis of moving the funding around here. And I don't know if Commissioner Newman, if you had anything to add to that.
9-2, work plan amendment, BBIF.
I'll move that, Mr. Chair.
You're gonna move it?
Yeah.
Okay, make the motion. Thank you very much. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Give the second to Lou, Commissioner Noska, sorry.
You can have it if you want it.
And any discussion? Okay, I'm not hearing any discussion. We'll take a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Health and Human Services accounting contract, which I think Jackie, oh yeah, there she is. Good morning.
There's one board action form for you for presentation today. It's the accounting contract. Some background on accounting contract extension was discussed at the November 18th, 2025 work session. Contracting the service will serve as a resource for the annual CLA and audit and 2027 budget preparation. Your options are to approve the extension of the accounting contract as presented with Jenna Peterson through August 31st, 2026, or to not approve. It's our recommendation to approve the extension of the contract as presented with Jenna Peterson through August 31st, 2026.
Okay. 10.1, the accounting contract. We do need a motion to move it forward.
I'll motion to approve the extension of the accounting contract as presented.
Okay. So we got a motion by Commissioner Noska and a second by Commissioner Becker. I'd love any discussion, or if we don't have any, we can take a vote. I don't hear any discussion. Let's take a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie.
Thank you. Here we go. And we come to the time where we give standing reports. Keep it in line. Auditor Treasurer, you're up.
Just not much happening in the last week, just busy as usual. TNT meeting is this evening at 6 p.m. Again, I'll state that this is just for the county budget purpose. There will be no why does this computer keep doing this? There'll be no discussion on market values, classifications, or individuals' actual taxes. Sorry for the IT troubles today. I don't know what's going on. But anyhow, and then also AMC conference is next week that I'll be attending. And CLA auditors will be on site the week of December 15th.
we've gone dark. Right back up.
No, I don't know what's going on.
Is that it?
You spend a lot of money on technology.
You good, Denise?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Thank you for the update. It was appreciated. And Jackie, do you have an update for us?
Yes, I do. I attended personnel. I met with IT to discuss our website accessibility. I did a radio spot on Kick FM to show county support to end child abuse in the county. Attended broadband meeting. I was served as the moderator for the Todd Wadena Community Correction Director interviews. I attended a MACA regional meeting and also PAYCOM meetings.
How's Paycom going for you?
What?
How's Paycom?
PAYCOM is going great.
You're happy?
Yes.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you. And we're going to move on to commissioners' reports. Randy, what do you got today?
Well, attended the Sauk River Watershed One plan. We brought that forward today as a work plan amendment. Attended the Rainbow Rider meeting on the 20th down in Lowry. They are really moving forward on our building finally in Alec after 4 years. So they're
that's great.
They had the roof on most of the building and they're moving forward with that. And then Monday I was in Morris for CPT. Right now there's about 3 or 4 other counties that are thinking about joining CPT. So we're working on that. And that's all I have. And then tonight, Truth and Taxation, please don't come and bring your property taxes. This is about the levy.
Did you do your Thanksgiving turkey deal over?
Yes, I did.
Come on, you got to tell you every year.
At the VFW, and we served 330 people.
Nice job.
Yes.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Good for the community.
Yep, thanks.
You bet. Commissioner Becker, how about you?
Yes, I was able to attend the Friendly Rider meeting in Wadena, and they too are in the process of doing a new bus garage, along with going with all propane buses. So it's a new state, and they jumped on board to go ahead and try the propane buses. Also attended the Rainbow Rider, and we're finally, like Randy said, moving ahead with their bus garage in Alec. Also attended the Morris and Todd Wadena CHB meeting, and it was interesting because on it we approved a cannabis sustained use prevention grant. So we're getting money from the state to help prevent the use of cannabis, which is kind of interesting with the other dealings that we're
Is
doing.
there kind of I don't say that's like ironic, but it's.
Interesting,
All right.
Counterproductive.
yeah.
More fraud.
You know, because what we're dealing with.
We're going to
with
license
planning
people
and
to sell
zoning,
it, and we're going to have
And then
youth.
we're getting grant money to make sure they don't use it. So, like I said, interesting
A little
meeting.
counterproductive, yes.
Okay. Also, I had a call from the Moran Township, and I did talk to IT this morning, because they would like to put on the county internet upcoming things to do with Moran Township and so forth. So they would like to kind of go a little bit live. So it'd be hopefully one of the first townships to be able to do that, and hopefully other townships would be able to jump in.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
Okay.
and that's all I have. Thank you.
You got it. Commissioner Denny?
Yep, I had a pretty light schedule after last 2 weeks ago meeting. So the ones I attended were business as usual, but I do want to take this time to say that we have a lot of, this time of year, a lot of kids and families that could use an extra hand right now. So if you are able to donate or can help out, please find an organization. We got a lot of good places in this county to donate, or if you don't know where to go, you can get a hold of me. I got a nice committee I sit on, and they're doing a lot of good things. You can kind of adopt a family for the season to help out with some holiday stuff, or just get them through the winter. So if you are able or want to donate clothing or make a donation financially, yeah, just get a hold of one of the organizations or get a hold of me personally, and I can help you get in touch with them. But that's all I have for now.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Noska.
Thanks. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Bob. For me, since last meeting, just a couple of Todd Wadena Community Corrections meetings. Other than that, I was gonna ask Jackie, did we figure out why the closed captioning wasn't working on our YouTube channel?
I messaged IT, I'm trying to get someone up here to, look at it.
Yep.
But I also told her about the
Yeah,
closed
I think I think it's just for people that are maybe hard of hearing or things like that, that it's not working on our YouTube channel. It may be something to do with the IT issues we're having here too, so.
Actually, if I can comment on that, just before the board meeting, I had a strange suspicious text message that I could not respond back to asking to turn on the closed caption. So I messaged our IT director, Lisa, and she said, this is something they're going to work on, as they're going to have a requirement to have that in the upcoming live stream, but they're working through that right now and do not have it turned on yet.
That's okay, I was just making sure, so going forward, we
working
can
on it.
hopefully get it in there,
Yep.
so,
Good
you know.
updates, yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Good, good. All right, let's see, what happened between the last meeting? We had a opioid meeting. I talked to a few of the lake associations about some stuff they want to do over in Grayville with the funds there. And what else do we have? We had personnel last Monday, which was a good meeting, addressed a bunch of stuff. And had our TCDC board meeting last Monday. We introduced to the new director, Leo Woko. Had extension meeting on Tuesday, right? That was last Tuesday?
It was,
It was, yeah, Tuesday night. We had extension. That was a good meeting, like always. And finally, we had the Long Prairie Watershed meeting on the 20th, I believe it was. So quite a bit going on. At that time, that's the last of it. We could ask for a recess, please.
I'll make a motion to recess.
Thank you, Commissioner Becker. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
That was you, Tim?
Yep.
Commissioner Denny got the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Recess. We have, we're pretty much on schedule, I would say. You good with that?
Yep.
Denise, are you ready to go? Oh, we're gonna assume that it's going. All right. Time is now 9:48 or so. And we're gonna begin our work session agenda. Today we have one item on there, which is County Road 81 paving project. We have Lauren Feldbaum, County Engineer, here to present and discuss. So please start us out, Lauren.
Thanks for having me here.
Sure.
Put together a somewhat lengthy slide presentation on 81, basically the background of paving it, options to move forward. There's a lot in there, so I'm gonna fly through a lot of it. A lot of it we've seen before, so please just bear with me here. So we'll go pretty quick through. So the background is with the last board meeting, this board action form resolution was amended to the agenda to discuss the potential for paving cover 81 in 2026. At that point in time, it was requested to move forward to this work session right here. So if you go to the next slide, please. The background of County 81, it was initially reconstructed, I believe, in the summer of 1999. Through that, we maintained it. Last lift of gravel was added on in 2019, and on our 8-year plan for replacement of gravel, we have one scheduled for additional 2-inch lift of gravel in 2028. The request was made to what it would cost to pave this road. To bring this road up with a 3.5-inch lift of asphalt on there, we estimate with current prices somewhere between $1 to $1.2 million. The real amount probably be about $1.1 million. We'd recommend forward, if we ever move forward with this project, we'd have a budget of at least $1.2 million to move forward with this project. We still working on that?
I'm gonna switch you, but now I have a comment that they can't hear you, so I'm gonna give you a double.
Oh, I did not have it pushed, but that's my fault. But we'll use this one, everybody can hopefully hear me. The next background with this, on the next slide, is the initial local option sales tax was initially approved in 2014. At that point in time, we listed about, I'd say, 15 to 20 projects throughout the years. We worked feverishly to complete those projects, and then we finally completed the last project listed in 2024. Knowing that this was going to happen, that we'd end those projects, in 2022, we analyzed what the future of the local option sales tax would be if we want to move to the next slide. So we looked at what the future costs would be to maintain our existing system, and our existing system is the local county roads numbered 57 through 107. And we looked at what it would cost to maintain a good pavement and good gravel in all those. And we came up with what our future total cost would be for the next 20-some plus years. Taking that into account with what we think those costs would be to maintain the pavement, maintain the gravel, and what our revenues would be with this funding source, we figured that this graph would show what would it be for the next future. And you can notice those lines don't match. So we knew that potentially there'd be additional money for us to use to do additional projects, enhancement projects on our system, yes.
Okay, I don't want to forget about what I'm trying to ask. Can we have it go into, just free flow this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Potential, so what makes it potential now versus like, is just the amount of traffic that's coming through that we're getting the sales tax on? The potential increase, you're saying?
Yeah, when I say potential, we're looking at putting a program together, knowing what costs and revenues are going to be for 20 years. So I use the word potential.
Okay.
It's an estimated
Gotcha.
thing. We're trying to find a guideline or a road where we're moving forward for the next 20 years. It's a potential cost, a road, a guide, something like that. Make sense?
Yeah, if you estimated cost versus revenues and kind of that gap may be bigger than what we knew. Who knows, but.
It could be bigger, could be smaller. We don't know.
Thank you,
So,
very good.
Yep. So we're moving forward to the next graph. With all that being said, we put together an option for the board to consider to actually reapprove the local option sales tax, and they did that in 2022. And we had a long list of projects. Those included were gravel surfacing, resurfacing the existing pavement, and the projects in the middle, which was surfacing projects, which is what we're talking about right here. Moving forward, we knew that using that graph, using these projects, we go to the next one, we knew that in the future, in 2024, we potentially see that money in that account grow to a point where we could do some type of enhancement projects. At that point in time, we discussed at our road meetings, well, what kind of projects, which one we want to do. Using that information, we came up with this project selection process, which had 5 separate attributes. And those attributes included project termini, where the road starts and where it stops, the traffic volume, ADT, average traffic, daily traffic, how many entrances or people that live on there, and then 2 additional ones that had some discretionary amount to it, and that was what the governing body, the board, would recommend, and also public input if the residents file a petition to determine that this road would be important. Through that whole process, we came up with a scoring system for each of those attributes. We kind of can scroll through the next couple slides. The process for project termini, the process for average daily traffic, the process for project, the number of people, the entrances on that route, moving down to governing body attribute, a recommendation letter from a board member, and then also the next one is the petition process of the residents that live on the road will petition for the project. Using all that information, using all that data, we compiled this list of all the local roads on the system. It was broken up into 3 separate parts. The part on the top in color was those roads that we determined eligible for paving. The ones in the middle, if we want to scroll down, those that really aren't eligible for paving because they haven't been regraded yet. And then the ones way on the bottom are so low volume that we didn't determine that they should even be eligible for paving. Scrolling down, we looked at then just focusing on those top projects, which ones would be rated highest? And you can see the list there. Going down to the next slide. Jumping all around.
Quality is so crappy too. I mean, yeah, I know, it's not your fault. It looks terrible.
So using that information, knowing what our budget was, knowing what these are, we added those type of surfacing projects to our 5-year plan. And included in our 5-year plan that was recently reviewed at our road meeting, we have in 2029, we have a project listed on County Road 107 in 2028. In 2029, we have a project for surfacing project in County Road 95. And then one in 2030, we have a surfacing project listed on County Road 88. So these are those type of improvement projects on the local road system. Taking that into account, knowing what we had the money before, adding in those projects, we figured that in the next 8 years, this is what our fund balance would be. Are we on the next slide? Keep going down. Up a little bit.
Too far.
Is this with the adjustment, the road paving project?
We're on this one right here.
Yep.
Don't know. So we know that we have a balance. It goes up and down based on the revenues, based on the expenditures. So we go back to that original ranking system right here, and we can see that on the list, the item we're talking about is paving or not paving County Road 81. And you can see that currently, right now, County Road 81 was ranked number 9.
Yep.
This summer, Commissioner Becker submitted 2 things through the process. If we want to scroll down to the next one. The first one being a petition signed by the residents, and the second being a recommendation letter from her, as that's the #1 rated project in her area. Putting that information back into the system, it adjusted what the ranking system would be for County Road 81, and it went from number 9 up to number 6. So now the project has moved. How do we want to pave County Road 81, or if the board wants to do that? Because that was what the resolution said, was to pave it this next summer, correct?
That's what the resolution said.
Yep.
Correct.
So I come up with a few options for the board to consider to pave it this summer. The first option is, we really need to see that slide. Sorry. So our first option is to use, as recommended, the local option sales tax. If we want to scroll down to the next one. So you can see in that graph, if we did a $1.2 million project, potentially in year 2034, we'd be below a recommended dollar value of the $750,000 balance, which is totally fine. It's just a value that we put on there. It's a theoretical value. So the board always has that option to move below that value. The next option to consider, if we want to move forward with that, is we could take money from our cash balance inside Fund 3 or Road and Bridge and just fund the project with Road and Bridge money. And we could move forward with the project using that amount. Unfortunately, in our opinion, we take that cash from where we need to be at that 5-month reserve, because last year we had about a 4. We'd move down to probably below that, down to a 3. Another option we could consider as a county is to move forward with the project is take money from the general fund. The general fund has adequate fund balance. We could use that money to move forward with the project. Through a budget request form, we could move money from main fund, general fund, over to Road and Bridge. Fourth option, if the board choose, is we could use some money from our Long Prairie Shop savings account that we've been using for the number of years. We could roll some money from that account over to pave this project, and that could be done by a simple board resolution. Our fifth option to pave it this fiscal year would be to use a combination of various of these accounts. We don't have to fund it from all one. We could take from here, we could take from there, we could use general fund, and this is just a theoretical process to fund the project. We could use 50% of the cost from the general fund, 25% from the local option sales tax, and 25% from the Road and Bridge to fund the project in its entirety. If we want to scroll to the next one, if we don't consider those, if those aren't really ones we want to do this year, how could we get this project done in the future? So I provided 4 additional options for the board to consider. The board could raise the levy in 2027 and start saving to fund this project, and it would take 6 to 7 years to hopefully fund this project. The board could, in 2028, I believe that that'll be the last year, I think my number is correct, that'll be the last year of our debt payment. We could take that money, dedicate it to a fund, and in 3 to 4 years, we'd have enough money to pave 81. Our third option is to go out and bond for the project, increase the levy to accommodate those debt payments, and pave the project this next fiscal year. And our fourth option is to borrow the money, construct it in 2026, and do an assessment project and assess all the benefiting property owners along the road. These are just options for the board to consider. So our last and final option, I guess I'm here requesting guidance from you as the board on how we want to move forward with the request for paving County Road 81.
Thanks, Lauren. That's a lot of options.
Yeah, a lot of options.
Pretty damn good job, I'd say.
So some of the options are probably not feasible, just as
could have the
to
first
taking anything from the
toll
general fund. I disagree.
If I may comment to
100%.
that.
I know.
I believe it's my job to give you the options.
Yes, no.
Some are good, some are bad.
Yeah, but I think some of those we can probably strike through right away.
If I could, Lauren, Mr. Chair.
Go.
Okay. On April 24th of '25, and that was after our road meeting, and I made a copy of this, you and I had a conversation or a message back and forth, and it was to change the average daily, was to change that chart, Lauren. And I think you sent it out to all the commissioners at that time. It was to change that average daily traffic from 50% weight to a 40% weight, and the governing body would have from a 10% to a 20% weight value, and we discussed this.
Yes, we did.
And we discussed this also at that road meeting, that we could juggle those numbers anywhere on that chart and make any road the number 1 road or the number 10
Yes.
road.
You could, if I may,
Yes.
you could take that, going, if we want to go back to that, you could take that attribute table, you as the board,
That's the ADT-COM?
yep, and you could zero out all those and make commissioner recommendation 100%.
You know,
That
I
is,
think.
that is you as the board's decision. I provided the framework and the tool to make those adjustments.
I think my point is that this road has been on the paving project for 14 years and is still on the paving project 14 years out. I'm looking at maybe through the upcoming budget committees, whatever, we've got to find some way of being able to tar some of these roads. People out there definitely want them to be tarred. They did this petition, they did the homework, thinking it was going to make a difference. As it sits right now, that petition and their homework did nothing, because they're still 14 years out. So I would like to know, I know last year and the last several years, when we did road paving projects, they came in under the cost of those projects. We've been saving money. What happens to that money, Lauren, that we've put away for those paving projects that cost this, but we only have to pay out this? Where's that money going? Should that money be put into road paving projects in the future? And that's why we wrote up how we did to use the tax dollars or any extra funding. And the extra funding would be from money saved because the price of tar is low right now.
That's a great question, if I may comment on that. So when we see those dollar values, those savings, the contract is large, right? And we have
Exactly
multiple
right.
roads in that contract. Included in there, the majority of the work is on our state aid system. So state aid, our state aid routes numbered 1 through 56.
Yes.
So this county road being 81 is not a state aid route, so we can't access those funds and put it on this system. So the majority of the savings that we see roll back into our state aid construction account that's held at the state until we do a project. Now, we do see savings in both our gravel surfacing and our asphalt projects, and you can see that in our graph if you want to scroll down to one of them. One of the ones, let's see, keep going up. If that unused money, if we have additional revenue, if we have additional savings, that graph, go back down, that graph will change. And this is a projection of what it would be in the next 8 years. That changes based on the design of the road, what our bids would be, the need of the road. So that's where that money rolls back into that account. So it can go up or down based on those needs.
And Lauren, didn't we at the spring meeting, didn't we put on the sales, excuse my voice, on the sales tax, that was going to be used for these type paving projects?
Yes. So,
And that tax continues to climb.
yep. So that's included, if we want to go back up to that original, or that second resolution, we re-implemented that tax, exactly, go back one. Denise, you're doing a great job, by the way, thank you. If we want to scroll back down, nope, other way. Keep going down. One more down. So that's the list of projects that we talked about. Those are the projects we can do on the local road system, both gravel surfacing, overlays on the existing pavement, and then any additional type of project for surfacing or an enhancement project. And specifically the one we're talking about here is on 81. So all those types of projects are included and it's an option for the board to consider using that.
But right now, you use it as type of surface, it's all gravel. Does that mean it's only, the tax money's only going to be used for graveling, or is it going to be used for pavement?
Both.
For both, yeah.
Yep. So if we go back up to that graph, our objective, one more up, our objective, when right there, when we initially put that tax in 2022, I believe, was the two objectives for that tax was keeping our pavements smooth and keeping our gravel surfacing roads smooth. And that's why when we looked at the next graph where it showed we'd have projected additional money in that account, that's where we came up with that system to say if there's any money left over in the local option sales tax, we could do these type of enhancement projects or paving non-existent paved roads.
And that money that's put into that account stays in that account. You're not,
Yes,
flipping it.
we're, I think it's statutorily required to
that it has to stay
only
there.
pay the, yep. So it
Okay.
never leaves that account, and every dollar, every cent that's been brought in and is expended through that account, we have a great tracking system that Candace takes care of for us, and we can account for every single cent that's ever been brought in the last however many years, 11, 12 years.
The other question I have, Lauren, you're patching, and we do a lot of patching the last few years, because a lot of those roads have got 3, 4, 5 patches, including 21 going into Staples. And to me, it's costing us a lot of money. If I got an operation farming, if I can farm 5 acres, or if I can farm a 60-acre patch, it's much cheaper for me to move all my equipment and do 60 acres than to do 5 acres here or there and all over, because it costs a lot of money to move equipment. I mean, and to do maybe, what, half-mile patch, whatever?
Yep.
How is that saving the county money by having to move equipment and doing small patches? And how much money do we actually put in patching of these tar roads?
Our patching contract is right now, I think it's around $350,000. Included in that is patching on our state aid system and our local system.
Right.
But in that patching contract houses different maintenance activities that we have the contractor do, including some pipe replacements, some aggregate surfacing of the shoulder, and some striping. So it's not all just patching inside that dollar value.
All done by outside construction workers?
Yes, contractors.
Yes, not by the county
Yep, because we don't
workers.
have that capability with our maintenance staff. So we don't have a paver, we don't have a asphalt production at all, we don't have those capabilities. So to ask, why do we do that? It's kind of like changing the oil on a car. If we don't do maintenance of our roads, the whole road will fail. So what we try to do is take those areas that are failing quicker than we would hope and just patch them to keep a nice smooth surface so we can extend the life of that road until the point where we can do a larger project. We're fixing the bad areas instead of fixing the whole road early.
So, Mr. Chair,
Yes.
can I throw my 10 cents in on this?
Absolutely, sorry,
You're
guys.
10% in on this.
Yeah.
So, 2014, the board decided to put $200,000 away for a new shop, okay, you guys? We quit putting money in that in 2024, okay? I think the reason why we quit putting money in that in 2024 is a couple things. Was number one, the budget, but the other thing is very little work has been putting in as far as purchasing new land for the new shop. I mean, so we're sitting on $1.8 million of taxpayers' money, thinking that we were gonna go out and purchase land for a new shop facility, okay? We are gonna be debt-free. All of our bonds will be paid off in 2027, okay? That's only 2 years out, you guys, okay? Todd County won't owe anything. So we can look at a couple things, okay? We can either look at moving forward with building a new public works shop, or we can bond and get some of these damn roads tarred. And that's a decision that we can make, which wouldn't affect his budget. It'll just be, we'll have to bond for him. Okay? I don't know what the bonding would be right now as far as interest. I have no clue. But we could bond for them in 2027 and move forward with these, probably take the top 5 or top 6.
Take 6, put 81 in there, Dan.
All right, let's go top 6, okay? Bond for the top 6 and get them done. Okay? So that's my thought. But the other thing goes back again to the sitting on this 1.8 million with the land. Okay? We've talked multiple times. So I remember when Commissioner Erickson was on 2014, it was like, hey, let's put some money away so we're not borrowing so much. But then again, we've looked at land, we've looked at, what is that, the REA or out by the fairgrounds out there. We've looked at land south of here, over there. I mean, if we're gonna do a frickin' new shop, somebody's gotta be out there looking for some land.
Yep.
Okay, you guys? But as far as these roads go, my suggestion would be we bond for them and just get them done and move on.
Anyone else have any ideas, discussions?
I can chime in, I guess. I always do.
Go ahead, I'm going to too.
Well, my question is, with some of these roads, the daily traffic is very, very low. What's to say we need to pave them? I mean, what is the necessity to pave them? I understand people want them paved, keeps their cars cleaner, there's some safety concerns, but if there's only 20, 30, 40 cars drive on them a day, it's not a lot. It's really not a lot. I don't know. Sometimes I just look at it as, do we need to pave more roads that we have to repave again in so many years? And now we're starting to stretch out how often we can repave.
Valid point.
That's just my, I mean, I'm not against paving. There's some of these roads, especially the ones that have a ton of houses on them and a pile of people driving on them every day. No problem. But some of our county roads just, I mean, I've got a couple of county roads in my district that, like, I don't know, the most travel on them is a tractor. There's probably more tractors than cars on those roads. And it's, yeah, let's put pavement on so the tractors can drive on it. No, I don't think so. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, I just would say that after the last meeting, when we had a board action, we tabled it, my thought was, I don't see this happening in 26, but I can see it happen. How do you make it happen within a time frame that's maybe works for more people, and how do you fund it? I mean, you've given us some of those options, which it'd be nice to pull those options back up again, if you would, because at the end of the day, we have this work session. If we all walk out of here and there's 10 or 15 options and we haven't narrowed it down, we're gonna talk about this for another 50 years.
Exactly,
Okay,
nothing
so
gets done.
what I would like to see is, and Luke, you kind of mentioned it, there's a couple probably don't make sense at all, but not that it wasn't.
I'm not saying.
It's an option, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything in these options that, is strikeable? Because whatever we do here is gonna kind of set the tone for somebody on, and I've never even been on 81, someone on 80 or 89 or, I get a call from a constituent that says, get the river road, whatever, I don't know. So I think we owe it to, our engineer put together these options. We should at least, I don't want to go home today with 15 things in my head. I'd rather go home with, maybe there's 4 or 5 to consider and have another discussion. And now we're, Randy talked about bonding. That's an option that he believes in, I guess. So,
So, Mr. Sher, the other thing is, we don't have the commercial, the tax, the sales tax like Douglas County's got. I mean, we're basically based on electric, phone bills. That.
Well, and we, my personal, just how I do try to help my district out is that I want them to get as much service as can for the, and not a huge levy. I can't imagine that the option of having them assess $2,800 a year for the next 20 years is gonna be an option.
Well, no, we have the first toll roll in Todd County, Moran Township, because they own the tar and you'd have to pay to drive on it.
Right, so I mean,
I
I think
mean-
that, it is totally
I
an
mean, I
option.
like that.
It's a totally an option, but I'm assuming that's not an option.
No, that's not an
Okay,
option.
so there, we've narrowed one down. That was,
Yes.
thank you. You know, is there, you know, think about it, maybe you don't need to respond to it, but think about like, is it a combination of funding? And I can't,
has to
I just
be.
can't see 2026 as happening, sorry, Barb, or,
No, and I understand that, and I did that, I think because there hasn't been a road done. Number one road is still the number one road in 14 years. Somehow, some way, we have to start moving this forward.
when does 107, that's 27 or 28, you said?
It's listed there, I think it's 2028.
And 94 would be the next year or no?
95, I believe, would be the year after, and then 88 would be the year after that.
We're in 2030 then.
So we
Yes.
are getting some of the roads paved,
Yeah.
just not at a rapid
See,
pace.
where, you know, maybe there's, and I don't know, the resources available. You know, maybe there's a multi-project year that moves things up, you know, maybe or maybe not by combining some of this funding. Like, you know, maybe we do this and 95 and 20 and 107 get done in the same year. I don't know if that's even possible.
So
Maybe too much to undertake, I don't know.
when we added these to our 5-year plan, if we can go to the 5-year plan, we've already bundled them to increase the
Savings.
If we want to scroll down or scroll up, Denise. Keep going.
And for the record, I mean, the amount of traffic is obviously pretty important, I mean.
So right there, and it's exactly what you're talking about. We added those strategically into our 5-year plan. So like when we're paving, let's say 95 in 2029, the one on the left, we're paving 4, 6, 8, 45, 51, 55. We're all in that geographical area of the county. So that's the opportune time for us to add that project to that contract to get the best dollar value. If we go out and just pave 107, get a contractor to come in, like you said, Commissioner Becker, it's expensive to move in an asphalt plant and do that work.
Absolutely.
So that's why we want to time it strategically to get that best dollar value or best bang for our buck. Year after that, we recommend doing 88. We're on 17, 21, 74. We're already in that area, so a contractor to come in and do that is more cost effective, so. I don't know if us combining all those projects into one would really save us a lot. It would work.
I'm not saying it's saving, I'm saying it just moves up the timeline for everybody that's
For
behind it.
everybody that
Yeah.
we start seeing them
That's
getting
all I
done.
was, but thank you, I do appreciate, we'd have additional cost.
Yeah.
So everything comes more,
Well, to add to that, why don't, instead of, excuse me, using all these options for 81, why don't we just use some of these combined options for the roads prior to 81, which ultimately would move 81 up the list?
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, sorry, that's what you're saying?
No, that's
Okay.
what I'm kind of getting at.
Okay.
How do you move more projects up the list quicker?
Right.
Right.
With a minimal impact to everybody's levies and whatever? If it's a bonding, I'm not saying that might be the choice.
It's an option.
I think you have to focus on the higher traffic roads, obviously, to get those done, otherwise you'll have I think personally you have a small mutiny on your hands if you're gonna go out and pave a road for, no offense, I think it's 10 people on that road, or something like that, or 6 or 10.
It's such a cut across road,
Oh,
though.
I understand
You know,
that, but it
is,
just, but
you
in
know,
people's eyes, they're gonna be like,
'cause
oh, for
we had
6
3
people.
Well,
pages
it
of
says-
petition.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
no, I understand that, I'm
Yeah.
just saying if you, I like the formula we have now, that puts significant amount on the road traffic, which, again, 107, 95 have to have that, I mean, but.
High traffic.
But if we're able to,
Can you go back to the options again? I saw the option about taking money from roads and bridges, like, I don't think you can like completely take that away, can you? I
No,
mean, we have a bridge go out that there's gotta be money, and what happens if the bridge goes out, we start putting canoes along the bank for people to get across the river, or what?
If
They
a bridge
drive-
goes out, we
they
shut it
drive
down.
50 miles, 10 miles each way, I mean, I'm not sure what the combination is, but that didn't seem like
I don't like that.
maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, cause I'm,
So
Yeah.
with that, if we want to go to that slide, I believe it's a couple up. One more up. And our auditor, Doug Host, he'll comment on this as well. Public Works should keep that 5-year, 5-month reserve. But it's a little misleading because that dollar value includes our construction work, right? And that's the dollar value of the money here located at the county specifically. But a lot of our construction work, which was in our expenditures, includes state aid construction dollars, which are housed at the state. We don't get them here at the county until we let a project and request those monies. That's when the money comes back here to Todd County and enters your office. So those revenues, which sometimes can be upwards of $5 to $6 million in that account, aren't included in there. So that dollar value is a little misleading, but we still
On the
try
low
to
end?
maintain that 5 months reserve because that's what's recommended.
Right.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yep. It's sitting out there. We just can't access it till we have a project. So, and Doug has mentioned that probably for the last 5 years. Would you agree, Denise?
Yeah,
So you're saying it's ours,
but we don't see it.
but it's not
in there.
actually there. So the
It's-
minimum reserve is based on what we actually have on our, in our four walls now, not.
Here
it's sitting
in the
here.
county.
Yeah, I
Yep.
see what you're saying.
I believe right in Denise's desk. I think that's where she keeps it, so.
Yep.
Should we be a little bit
I'm teasing.
cautious of that with the state? Because Commissioner Newman and myself have been experiencing some hiccups with the state with promised dollars too. But, or is this a different deal where that is ours, that when, because we were told solid waste that those are our dollars, we're getting those, but it's been pulling teeth to get those. Is there any way that would be, or is it not that complicated that?
I know exactly what you're speaking about, those, I believe, budget or bonding dollars for the solid waste
Yeah.
facility.
Yeah.
We've never experienced that,
Okay.
and we haven't experienced that this year. Typically, when we submit a state aid pay request, a standard state aid pay request for a construction project, we receive those funds within a week.
Okay.
The notice comes from the state, I believe it goes to her office,
Yep.
and then that money is just rolled through the process, so.
I just wanted to understand how
And
hard
this
it
is,
needed to
this
be.
is, that money is highway user trust distribution fund money, gas tax,
Sure.
tax for vehicles. It's constitutionally dedicated, so there's not a lot of wiggle room.
Okay. Thank you.
Bridge, okay.
You know, this is in our packet, right? Paper, okay. Any further discussion?
I just, for my own peace of mind, I'm just trying to, you said you want to leave here with a direction. I would like to leave here with a time, an actual reasonable timeline. What are we thinking? Are we trying to get it down to within 5 years or 2 years? That's my, just, I guess, trying to see what everyone's feelings are, or, Lauren's talking, he's got the up to 2030 for right now as it sits with a couple of the main roads and
No.
stuff. Or are we saying, hey, 8 years and less? I don't know. I just trying to figure out where we're at on it, just because that helps me.
Yeah, that would definitely help.
That helps
Have
me
a timeframe.
figure out where we're trying to look at for dollar wise.
I personally think 2 is too aggressive, and I think 6 or 7 is way too long, so somewhere in between there. If it's 2 to 4, I mean, if that's the case,
Okay.
And 107 is less than a mile.
Yeah, like I said, and I
You know, how many miles of actual tar are we looking at? I mean, should we bring it back to another work session? I mean, I don't know how long you want to ponder on this, but at the same token, I would like to definitely have something where I can see a year that 81 is going to come up for pavement. And I know 81's been gravelled several times. We was gravelled with bad gravel, then we had to re-gravel it again. And I see it's coming up for gravel again on this chart. So I mean, some of those expenses would be taken care of on that road.
Yeah, well.
And there's a big push behind the community to get that tarred. And the county would save too, Lauren. I mean, man, what a cut across for the north shop that would be.
Maybe, Lauren, let me ask you this. If we had a 2 to 4 year time frame, could you, and with some funding from different sources, narrow that down any more than that?
Yes.
I mean, maybe it is, and I just haven't really got my head around it yet.
From what I'm hearing is you want to move forward with something that has 81 paved in the next 2 to 4 years, correct? Is that the focus?
Oh, I think what it is it just moves everything up. I mean,
It would move all of them up, not just
yeah.
81.
I obviously 81 has been the push for this, but I mean, it is
So
gonna be.
let's go to that list, the modified list, after the resolution,
Got it right in front of me.
Oh, way up by the resolution?
that one, right up there.
Oh.
Where on that list do you want all 17 roads done in the next 2 to 4 years?
No, no, no. I would
Where do you
say-
want me to draw that line?
No, that's a good question.
What's the mileage on them?
It's right there where it says, on the 5th column from the left, it says miles,
I'll try to
length or
pull it up
miles.
for you.
Right here,
That's a
okay.
long one, 3.5 miles.
Randy, I've never gone through the bond. If we're gonna bond something, would it be
Can we
better
just-
to do one big bond or a bunch of littles?
That's what I was thinking. Can we start at 27 and go every other
Cause
year?
we'll get better financing.
Right.
84 is the biggest one at
27,
7.1 miles,
29,
right?
gets it out.
Or,
Yes.
12 years.
and where's 84 at?
84 is just south of Clarissa. It goes east to west, in between Clarissa and Briarville.
Okay,
Starts on 71 and goes all the way out to the county line, I believe. Strike that, County Road 3, sorry.
oh, I see, yeah, it's 3. Oh, it starts at 3. Ouch.
So you could draw that line anywhere and try to fund the top 10, the top 6, the top 5. I will be honest with you, I'm unfamiliar with the bonding process. It's something I've never experienced in my career. So I would have to leave heavily on some guidance and help from your office.
And if we are debt-free, do we want to be in debt again? Is
That
that
is-
a good idea?
That is your decision.
I know it's our decision, but
I definitely have an opinion on that.
I get it. It's nice,
That's how
especially
I
with
live
the
my life.
uncertainty right now with the government. It's nice to not owe anyone any money.
And that's why, Lou, honestly, like, 2020, that's another thing for me, 2026, you know, whether or not it's gonna happen, they just announced the federal transportation guy, Duffy, just said if Minnesota doesn't clean up their CDL people, they're gonna cut 30 million of federal funding for Minnesota roads. Now, those probably are state highways, I'm assuming, but,
We got to clean up a lot of things, but
yeah.
What's the board's feeling on using road and bridge funds, general fund, some of the balances on that? Is that something you want to even consider?
general fund, no, I don't, but that's fine if we have to.
General fund, no.
I that's my preference, but I've got 4 other people here to
Top 9.
look at.
About half.
What's,
You know, and so much of this goes, the cost of it is also with the price of gasoline. The cost of tar goes down, and we've seen this through the years. Usually, the usual trend is tar is cheaper. And if we get up to that $4 or $5 for gasoline again, the price of tar might be so unreasonable, we wouldn't even be able to do it.
Chair, if I may, would there be an option, looking at this option 5, for using general fund and doing a loan process from Public Works back to us, like we've done with the transfer station? HHS borrowed from us one time,
Pay ourselves.
Borrow from
Pay
ourselves would be
ourselves.
better than
and
just
then to
taking.
pay ourselves back
Yep.
throughout the years. I mean, that's another option.
Right.
On, looking at this line item where it says
Can
general
you pull 5
reserves.
up?
Right there, where it says general reserves.
We're on 5, thank you.
We're on the
I
slide.
missed it. I colorblind, can't see the yellow, just kidding.
That's been an option that's been utilized throughout the county before.
It has.
An option of doing
Yeah.
a bonding. HHS was running short one year and borrowed from us
yep.
and then paid us back. Transfer station has done the same.
Does the same thing.
So Denise, can you expand on that? Hypothetically speaking, let's say we were going to pave it in 2027 and we borrowed money, right? Is that the right
Yes.
word?
Well,
Bond,
yes.
borrow from general fund.
Yep.
Would that include then a increase in the allocation for the subsequent years into road and bridge to cover that amount?
It could, or you could find ways to cut to make those payments back.
Okay.
So yes, it would probably affect your budget throughout the years of paying back. I mean, again, it's a rob Peter to pay Paul
Yep.
scenario, but
Yeah, but we're taking it from ourselves.
But we're taking it from ourselves, we're
Right.
not
Can't
paying
finance charge
interest, we're
Exactly.
not
else.
paying.
exactly, because you would set up a resolution stating, in the
0%
past, we did
interest, yeah.
0% to those entities. We didn't charge a percentage. And then we internally are just doing the shifting. We're doing the work too on the backside instead of a PMF, a public finance division doing the. Right.
Lou and I were
That's-
talking here too, is there any way to, I mean, I'm not trying to, I'm throwing out all options, I'm not trying to be crude or rude here, but is there any way, like, on all of our ditch assessments, everybody gets assessed, I mean, if you're on that road, is there a small assessment? I mean, it gives people a little skin in the game that I want my road paved so bad that I'm willing to put up my own dollars, some of it.
That is an option as well.
That would be a toll road,
Well, I mean,
because they would be owning it, and then we should pay a toll to drive on it?
no, not
No.
Kind of like the
I-
ditches.
Didn't Birchdale do that?
A township
We,
can.
we did that,
We
in
did.
Leslie, when we did Battle Point,
I'm just,
210th Street.
I'm just curious how many people like in a 95
put
or on
up
a 7 be like, yeah,
50,000,
if I paid extra
township
fee,
put up-
I would gets my road bumped up, I'd do it, I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing about that
It's
is,
tough with
is
small
you
roads.
definitely decide how important it is, right?
Well, like I said, we got these, I go to these ditch meetings and we have a lot of landowners that are for it and a lot that I don't wanna get assessed, I don't wanna do it, so I mean, the importance of it really comes out when all of a sudden their pocketbook gets opened up a little bit.
And we do have townships that do that.
Sure.
They'll reach out to the property owners along that
Yep.
chunk of, and then they'll pay the assessment.
Is that what
I think
Birchdale did?
Birchdale.
That's what Birchdale did, right?
I think we've had that done in Kendota.
Look what they
Yeah,
did, they
but
bumped
that's
their roads
usually a
up.
township, not a county.
Right.
I don't know, it was just, I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about all ways to, save 50 to 100,000.
Typically, what I've heard and talked to other engineers, typically that assessment process is done on the city streets
Sure.
and township, because those are more local collector type routes, where it's day-to-day routes. This being a county road and being a cut across where we see some larger traffic, typically counties do not assess for this type of project. You obviously have the option to, but we typically don't see that.
Typically.
The what?
Typically.
Typically. Yep.
I mean, if we're gonna get some roads done, we gotta get a little bit creative. That's what the goal is, and I'm not saying that's the creative part, but it's gonna take a little.
Everybody, whatever, I think I think there's gonna have to be another discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Another work session, but I do think we need to give our engineers some, ideas like, in the next X amount of years, could we get, for me, it would be from line 9 up. But I don't know why they picked line 9, because the difference between 79 and 70 is quite a bit, not to almost 10%, so. Or 10 points that is, and that's over however many years, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, 2 to 4.
Yeah.
Number 9 is the West County line going to
Yep.
38,
Falls off the face.
It's 6 miles, lots of residents.
I guess at this point, I'd almost ask to table this and bring it back to the next work session. Hopefully, maybe we could get Denise and whatever to try to think of some creative
Yeah.
funding and whatever, and look at the mileage and how many people, I mean, some people don't want their road tarred.
Right.
Right, yeah, and that might be, go ahead.
Would it be easier for you to work from 9 up or 6 up, or what do you need? Or what would you like to? I know you're you always say you're under our direction, but I just
Yeah, right.
honestly,
I guess I'm confused on what do you want, what would you like? The guidance really isn't clear.
correct. That's
9, you want me to pave 9 from 9 up? And how many years? 2, 5, 10? Because some of them are already included, and included in that list is one like in your area, where 68.
Yeah,
At one point in time, you recommended probably not pave that. So we could exclude that.
10 years for that many roads. I like to
Include
do-
that in, like, do one big contract to do all those, but some of these are already included in our
That's what I'm saying.
5-year plan?
If we're gonna try to do one big contract or whatever, I would say 6 up rather than 9 up, but that's,
I would go, as long as 81 is 6, I would go from 6 up and try to do it within
Up within 10
that
years, I would
4-year,
say.
5-year plan.
But we're just plucking then.
no,
if we
I
do
know,
that.
that's, I mean, that's what makes it hard, and it's,
Question for you, Lauren.
Yes.
You know, I know this all comes up because of 81, because that seems to be where we get the most gripe and people show up at meetings and that's, I mean, we're addressing the squeaky wheel is what we're doing essentially here. I understand that. If we were to, just hypothetically, adjust your scoring, I like the way you have your scoring for all these roads. If we were to adjust it and say, take a little bit off the, I mean, I'm just looking at that one exactly. How can we move it up to get it so it justifies? But can we take the average daily traffic and weight that just a little less and weight the points of address a little more to leapfrog it into 5th so we can do the top 5? I mean, I'm just
If you
spitballing
look
here so we
back
can.
at our conversation we had
But
in
we're just
April,
plucking.
where it went from, the traffic went to 40% and the weight of the governing body went to 20%.
Well, I don't think the governing body should weigh that much. That's not right. It should be the use of the
governing
road.
body would
It should be the use of
us
the road.
as a commissioner. And I think we as commissioners
Well, you just
know,
it's one or none, basically, right?
you know.
Yep.
I really don't, I'm not a fan of changing anything with this grading system personally.
okay.
Just the reason why is because, well, I got 38, my mom lives on 38. You know, I mean, I think maybe if we weight things differently, there's always gonna be a question. Everybody said, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Why did you weight it that way? Well, I don't know, I go, that's my road to get my coffee, that's where I go get my goat cheese, whatever the case may be. The better, I think, for me personally, I would rather see, pick the whatever 6 and up, and the timeframe is 5 or 6 years, and then we move, then we have to make some financial decisions. Do we bond, do we cut, do we whatever, we borrow from each other?
Yep.
So if everybody could have lived with 6 and up over the next 5 years, you could take that direction. I would be okay with that. Anybody else want
I think
to?
it's got to be more than 5 years.
8 years.
I think
I would look at 5 years,
we can
and
look at
then
8.
at that point, we can decide if it's feasible or not.
Okay.
Well, we're just putting a stake in the ground, guys. We're not gonna,
Right.
if you want to move, well, you could move
Can
it,
always
make it
move.
6, I don't
Yeah.
care.
Well, I don't think 6 is right. I don't think we can do 1 a year.
Well, we have to give Lawrence some direction,
Yeah,
otherwise,
right.
We do.
otherwise he's gonna go up the dartboard blindfold,
Yeah.
he's gonna throw it, he's gonna punch somebody's eye out, so.
Well, we gotta give them realistic direction too, though, so
I would like to do 6 up within the 5-year time frame and take a look and see what it's the actual cost of
You're
it
at
is.
5, they're at 8, let's go 6 and be done. 6, okay, County, if you're okay, give all the board members County Road 6 and 6 years and up. Okay?
So 1 through 3, as we discussed, is already in our 5-year plan.
Yeah, 27, 28, 29, right?
Yes. So we're really, what we're looking at is options to pave 4, 5, and 6.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And some way add those in to our 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And come up with a creative budget solution to accomplish that.
And those 3, 4, 5, and 6 could be in years 27, 28, 29 to 30, I don't care.
Yep, it wouldn't
Be
be,
it,
I
you
would
know.
not recommend we go one contract, bid them all as one. I would add them in those specific areas to get the best bang for our buck,
Okay, wonderful,
okay?
yeah,
Yep.
So 4, 5, and 6 in the next 5-year plan.
right.
Well, to me, it looks like 3 and 4 are probably pretty local to each other. You know, if you could,
And
Yeah,
the
we can
could we
size
lump
of
a
it.
couple of them
we'll look at-
together to get it?
That's where I'm
Yeah.
like, in 1 year, could you put 2 together?
We'll look at that, we'll take care of that, we'll bring up with a
Right.
recommendation.
Speed.
Which funding sources are off the
2 and
list,
5.
which ones are on?
Well, I think
Well,
the
then in the
toll
same
rule
spot.
has to go off.
They're not gonna go,
Assessment is off.
Yes,
assessment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about dedicating that debt payment? I believe I have that number correct.
I'm on board
The
with
bond ends
like
in
that.
twenty
I'm on board with
twenty-seven.
that one,
we haven't used it anyway,
Right.
so.
The
I'm
bonds
totally on
end
board
in
with that.
twenty twenty-seven.
we're not planning
So
on using
we
it.
could dedicate as a county, if this was chosen, to dedicate those funds.
I would like to do 6 up within the 5-year time frame.
So we could dedicate as a county, if this was chosen, to dedicate those funds, to Road and Bridge.
That's a
So-
board's option.
Hypothetically, I'm kind of, let's say, just say winging it.
Let's just pause that for a second. During our financial meeting, did we dedicate it for anything else going forward? I know we talked about not having it.
We continue now
We
to
did.
dedicate it in 26.
Yeah.
And then 27, we didn't dedicate it.
I was just wondering if we had it earmarked for anything else or not. I know we talked about it, having that extra, but I just want to make sure we didn't earmark it for something else.
I don't
Like some
recall
other
that, but-
project.
I don't think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
right.
wasn't sure.
I left, we left it as is, but I'm,
Okay, which is great for this.
yeah, this would work for this one.
Just want to make sure we weren't double
Right.
stacking it.
I'll just double check,
Yeah,
but
great.
while we're visiting.
Pretty
That would- that would be a-
Next year, we're gonna be like, oh, we had this earmarked for 5 different projects.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, those are the things that, as you go into the budget year.
Yeah, that was 365, 700.
You know, when you, number two, this, of the road and bridge, that's 365,000 per year.
On that 5th year, 81's done.
Yeah, but is that the total number you got right now for that, or is that just portion of the total for the road and bridge?
The 365,
Yeah,
that's the money that I believe the county has in their budget
Every year for that.
this year or next year to pay off the existing bond. So we take that money in 2028, because it ends in 2027.
okay,
And
starting in
roll that-
28,
Yeah.
Roll that payment over to
yeah.
Road and Bridge.
Road
Road and
improvement.
Bridge to pay a bond back from,
Yeah,
The money we
That.
borrowed from the county.
yeah.
From
So that's where
ourselves.
we get a little gray, stuff's moving around. That's why I would really rely on our expert over there to provide guidance on how we'd want to set that up to make sure it's successful.
We can always dedicate more to Road and Bridge, right? Anytime we want.
We could take those funds that we were paying towards the bond and now earmark those
For our internal budget.
for internal,
project.
right,
Projects.
project.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'd have to dedicate them
right.
through.
I mean, I personally would rather see our funding sources come from ourselves
Yeah.
versus
Oh, yeah.
outside, or, you know, even, I've never been through the bonding process either, but if you were able to move even 2 projects up a couple of years, gets us into the timeframe on 681.
Right.
Do you need more direction? Or I know it's kind of muddy. There's a little bit of water in there, but it's a little muddy, but can you run
Yeah,
with
I
this a
think,
little
I
bit?
think the objective is to get 4, 5, and 6 on their 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Try it, yeah.
So that
See what it
gives
looks
us
like.
which routes we want to do and a
See what-
timeline to accomplish that.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm hearing is we want to do a combination of maybe this future debt payment, some local option sales tax, some existing road and bridge money,
Yeah.
and maybe some general fund.
I'm fearful of just deleting the entire, general fund balance myself, but yes, that's what I'm hearing.
And then bring that up for a future discussion at a road meeting.
At a what?
At a future discussion for a future road meeting or work session.
Work
A
session.
work session.
Session, yeah.
But
I
it
don't
don't
know
have
if-
to be the next one. It could be two, could be
Okay.
January, whatever. Okay, I got
That's what I
your
was
sense.
asking.
Yeah, don't do it now.
I don't-
Because I told Barb, we gotta keep his feet to the fire, so road meeting being spring, but sometime in January would be okay.
I think so too, so that we get the prices and keep this,
How about we shoot for the first February work session?
Yeah.
For that.
Is that
Thank you.
reasonable?
Yep,
Kick the
take,
can
yep.
down the road.
Because I think that'd give us adequate time for the new year. I know Denise here, busy like myself, and that would give us adequate time to sit down and discuss it.
If it sits idle.
Yeah, we'll totally consider that. That's great.
We good with
Thank
that?
you. Yeah, I can live with that. Barb?
yep,
Randy?
absolutely.
You guys live
Great.
with that?
Yeah,
Okay. Great, thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
thanks, Lauren.
Thank you, Lauren.
Everybody keep your packet.
Mine's in somewhere.